If you really understand gems, you know that rubies are more precious than diamonds. And tonight, our most precious gem is our living legend, Miss Ruby Dee. Ruby Dee represents everything Black Girls Rock stands for. She is a consummate artist, an actress who brings fire and intelligence to every role. She represents the soul and the consciousness of a sometimes hollow Hollywood. And she is an unshakable woman, a wonderful mother, a doting grandmother, a woman who stands by her man and stands up for her people. But what's so amazing about this woman is that she didn't just wait for somebody to give her a role. She created roles. She wrote them for herself. She directs, she produces, she writes books of poetry. She wrote the one-woman show called My One Good Nerve, and you know, all us rock and colored girls, we know about that, don't we? Oh yeah, the One Good Nerve. Ruby Dee showed us and showed me that all Black girls can rock it all. But as much as we can do on our own, Ruby Dee and her husband, the great Ossie Davis, proved that there is power in partnership. Together, they crusaded for civil rights with the NAACP. They endured the Hollywood blacklist because they spoke out about things they didn't like about the United States government. They band with thousands as they, get this, emceed Martin Luther King's March on Washington. The other thing about rubies, I didn't know if you know this. The very special thing about rubies is that they continue to shine.
I'm known as Ruby Dee, and I'm an actor and a writer. I think we're born for a purpose in this world. What you are is part of what you do and vice versa. And if you're lucky, you find out who you are before you decide what you're going to become. I've lived in Harlem since I was 11 months old, and I'm quite an old lady now. Rather, I'm an adolescent old lady. You could not live in Harlem and not be engaged in something. I was a lucky, lucky kid because I was engaged very early with words and ideas. One of the jobs of an artist is to try to make real that force that you don't really see it except when you look in the mirror. You don't really see it until you look at somebody else. How fortunate Ossie and I were to be part of what we call the civil rights movement. All through the, what I call the dark ages of racism in America, you'll find women in the forefront of so much. I think about Fannie Lou Hamer and Mary McLeod Bethune, Ida Wells Barnett, and the white sisters who joined them and helped in this struggle. I really can't take any credit for it. All I look back and say now is, oh, all those human beings were just doing what they're supposed to do. They were clearing the path for the people who were to come after them. That's what we're supposed to do. As human beings, we make it better. I just started to start myself. I don't expect I'm going to stop myself because I think that birth is the beginning of a trajectory, and I'm still on it. I know enough to know that I'm not where I'm going to be, that I'm always becoming.
We celebrate Black girl rock living legend, Ruby Dee.
Profound thanks to Beverly Bond and the Black Girls Rock Organization for the work that you do with our girls and our young women of color. And I'm delighted to be here with you, to be alive and part of this time in the company of such powerful, inspirational people. You know, when people first started tossing words like legend at me as part of the definition for legend, the word leg struck me as quite appropriate because in our context, as African Americans, as human beings, that's what we are symbolically. If we're lucky enough, we become the legs of the next generation. So it's more than just a nice way to say, hey, you're getting old there, Ruby. The truth is, I hadn't fully wrapped my mind around the concept of what a legend might be. I hadn't fully imagined being considered one. But it's times like these that I come to understand more fully the empowerment and promise, the responsibility of being deemed a legend, a leg. I am honored tonight to be deemed legend. With all my heart, I thank you.